What up, everybody? This is your Cosmic Homegirl, and I'm giving you guys a forecast for all signs, for all of us, the general cosmic weather forecast for July 21st through July 29th of 2019. So if you want July forecast for your sign, I do have those available on my website under the horoscopes tab, and my website is below. It's indigomoon.astrology.com. The horoscopes are only $3.33, so help a homegirl out, support my channel and my platform, and see what I have to say about your sign in particular as far as what the planetary transits are doing for you. But if you want to know just how it affects us all, let's discuss. Let's see what's going on this coming week. So the 21st through the 29th, this is the last full week of July. The last full week. And let me tell you guys, I'm looking forward to August. I don't know about you guys. I'm looking forward to August because Leo season will be in full effect. Lots of sunshine as far as like the weather, the energetic weather. Will be out of Cancer season. Hey, no disrespect, no hate to my Cancer people, okay? Or your energy, but it's very heavy emotionally. It is water energy, water signs, and water energy in astrology represents emotions. And as a double water person, water rising and water moon, I'm like drowning here in Cancer season a lot of times. So I'm ready to get to work. I don't know about you guys. I'm ready to just be fiercely not giving a F, just strutting. You know what I mean? Just strutting through life with Leo season. So we do have some planetary energy that is shifting this week as far as like going into Leo and out of Cancer. But we have some going back into Cancer. So let's just talk about it. Let's discuss. So first of all, on the 21st, we have the moon is, I talk about the moon now. Okay. So I add the moon phases so we know like what we're feeling, what the mood is like overall for everybody on certain days. The moon changes signs every 2.5 days. So we have the moon in Pisces still carrying over on the 21st. It is in a conjunction with Neptune, like super mad early in the morning, at least where I'm at on the west coast of the USA. And throughout the day, yeah, the moon is still going to be in Pisces. It's going to be there until the early morning of the 24th. So 21st, all day, the moon in Pisces. Even throughout the rest of the day, it's still close to Neptune. And the moon and Neptune together, Neptune is the ruling planet of Pisces. It gives Pisces that dreamy and sleepy and artsy and emotional. It gives those characteristics to the sign of Pisces. It's in its home sign, so it's like super duper strong. And then the moon comes in contact with it in the sign of Pisces. So there's like uber Pisces energy in the air as we start out the day. It is a Sunday. A lot of people sleep in on Sundays. Some people have to work. Some people get up and go to church. Okay. Some people, they get up and they do other things early on Sunday mornings. But this is probably going to be a Sunday where people want to sleep in because Pisces energy is about sleep and dreams and relaxation and escaping the practical real world. So also, Pisces energy in itself, and then Neptune also, and the moon. This is very intuitive energy, very super duper intuitive and full of insight. So if you you feel like you're connecting with, I don't know, if you feel like you're connecting with people telepathically on the 21st, it's probably real. If you feel like you can read people's thoughts, if you have any of those moments of, hey, I was just going to call you and now you just popped up and messaged me, or hey, I thought about you and now I just randomly run into you out at the store, things like that can happen on days when we have the moon and Neptune in Pisces. And we also have Venus, still in a good aspect with Neptune, and the moon in, fellow water signs. So I think Sunday, the 21st, is going to be a pretty chill day. Given all this, water sign energy, Venus, Mercury, and the sun all in water, and the moon, blending with it harmoniously, and then Neptune, it's going to be a day that a lot of people are really in their feels, though. Not going to deny. People can be really in their feelings, reminiscing about a lot of things, especially because Mercury is now retrograde in the sign of Cancer. I talked about this a little bit last week, but it went back into Cancer on Friday, which was the 19th. It went retrograde. See, Mercury retrograde is at work, fumbling my words. But it went retro back into the sign of Cancer. So the sign of Cancer, when Mercury's here, Mercury's about our thoughts, you know, so our thoughts are going to go back into time, into memories, and reminiscing about stuff and about people and just things that get us all in our feelings, right? So when it's retrograde, retro is going back. So the sign Mercury in Cancer already does that, but this is like extra, you know, extra energy to like go back and think about good times or times of this feeling and this emotion, you know, like it's that type of a vibe. It's like stronger right now. And then Mercury is in a conjunction with the sun. So this isn't like too big of a deal, but it's like the sun and Mercury together, it brings out more a chatty energy, you know. It makes Mercury, it like highlights Mercury a little bit more, and maybe people will be more talkative. But the thing is, it's in Cancer still, you know. Cancer energy is not the most talkative like outwardly. It's, I think, more about introspect and, you know, going back in our minds with stuff. And maybe if we do like share, we might be sharing more memories and stuff. I have been seeing more people share more like memories and family stuff, you know, since Mercury went back into Cancer in general. But Sun conjunct Mercury, yeah, this is a day where our mental activity is going to be increased, and but it may not be so outward because of the retrograde motion, you know. What else do we have pop in? So that's the 21st. Oh, we also have Venus opposing Pluto. You know, this aspect was really strong. I would say more so like on the 20th of July, like Saturday the 20th. It was a little more stronger. Venus opposing Pluto. Now, Venus and Pluto opposition, this can bring out themes of like obsession, and, you know, Pluto is the planet of like death, or like life and death situations that you feel like they're just black and white. There's no in between. It's like super strong, intense energy, right? It's very magnetic energy. Like when you have a Venus and Pluto opposition between yourself and another person, like say someone's Venus is in an opposition to your Pluto in your chart, it's very magnetic. It's very there could be obsession, there could be, you're just so drawn to each other, you just, I don't know, it's like you can't let go of each other. Like there's a lot of stuff like that. But this is in the sky though, you know, and so all of us will be feeling this to some degree. So maybe if you do have anyone who's like a love interest, an object of your desires or whatever, you can, you know, start feeling a little bit more like that. Like they're at a distance. If they're at a distance, especially, you're like, oh, like so obsessed with like, oh, I just can't wait to see them. And, you know, just obsessively thinking about them. It is a very interesting aspect in the sky. But yeah, just don't let it make anybody go overboard to where you're like stalkerish. You know, it can make you kind of like wonder about people, want to dig into people a little bit more, however you want to take that. Okay. It can go any way you think about that phrase. Okay. Like digging into people. But I'm talking about like you're curious about them. You want to know more. You want to dive deeper into knowing about them. And so maybe you may do a little more research, a little more investigation. Maybe it's just all mental, like in your mind, you're just thinking about them so much. It's like, oh, like I need to try to shut them out because I can't stop thinking about them. Or maybe you have someone that you don't have to shut anything out. You can't stop thinking about them. You're obsessed. You're magnetically like drawn to them, and you can freely just be with them and you know, let them know that, and just kind of be in your own little obsessive world together. I don't know, like that can happen with the Venus and Pluto opposition. Now Pluto, since it does rule death and life and death situations, it can rule losses, you know. So Venus is love, and, you know, people can have this feeling of a fear of loss. I talked about this a little bit more last week. Because I talked about this was along with the eclipses, you know, because the last eclipse was at 24 degrees of Cancer and Capricorn, and it was in a conjunction with Pluto. So there were some like fears of loss that came up with the eclipse, and now Venus is like going over that point, like the eclipse point, coming into that eclipse territory as it gets further in degree in the sign of Cancer. So it is angling Pluto, and it is like, yeah, fear of loss. You know, maybe you're just feeling like, I don't want to lose someone. So you grab onto them tightly, you know, whether that's energetically or in your mind or physically, you just hold on to them because you just don't want to lose them. You just have a fear of that. Themes of that could be coming up. Protecting your love or your loved ones, or even your material stuff and your money, hanging on to it for dear life. Venus rules all of those things, and then Pluto is the hanging on for dear life thing, to where you just don't want to lose these things or these people. So that it can bring that out of it too. I'm thankful that there's still Neptune in the mix. Neptune is still beaming some, sparkly energy over to Venus, while she's in an opposition to Pluto. And that kind of waters down and makes it less intense. You know what I mean? It makes the Venus and Pluto opposition, maybe it's not as like strong to where it could be like a danger. It's there's some themes of like unconditional love, which Neptune can deal with, that like loving unconditionally. Neptune knows no boundaries. That's why Venus is exalted in the sign of Neptune, which is Pisces, because it doesn't love when it's in the mix with Neptune or Pisces. It's like, I don't care about any boundaries. That just makes me think of, the moon is in Pisces, definitely in conjunct Neptune right now, because that rules music. And so I'm thinking of like a music lyric, but that song Latch by Disclosure and Sam Smith. Oh my gosh, I love that song. I don't know about you guys, but that song is just woo. But anyway, there's a lyric that says, if there are boundaries, I'll try to knock them down. That's what kind of came to mind right now. Venus and Neptune, that's there. I don't know any boundaries when it comes to love. I don't see any of them. I just feel what I feel for you. That's in the mix here. So this combination isn't so bad. It doesn't have to be like scary and obsessive and stalkery because Neptune is in the mix to soften things up a little bit. So anyway, I just went on for a long time about the 21st. Okay. So on the 22nd of July, there's a couple things going on. So first of all, the moon moves into Aries really early in the morning. Okay, so we have an Aries moon starting on that day. So there's some fire in the house. The moon is our moods and stuff. So, hey, just expect people to be less patient. It's like snapping out of, the sleep. Pisces is sleep and dreams and everything. So it's like you're asleep, and then the moon switches to Aries, and that's kind of like that loud, annoying ass alarm that's like, wake up, and it's like, oh my God, you jump up and you're like, I gotta be early to work and I gotta be first to do this and that. Like, that's kind of like the moon switching from Pisces to Aries, what it could be like. So it's time to jump up and get some things done, right? And to be first and be the winner. That's all like an Aries moon thing. But also, but see, first the moon is going to be in a conjunction with Chiron for a bit on the 21st. And this is about some painful stuff, and it's about healing. It's sensitive, some sensitive stuff. And the moon in a conjunction with that, it can make our emotions not so much of the regular Aries vibe, which is like, strong, doesn't give a F, just jumping and doing. There could be a little bit of like sensitivity about something. And of course, wherever Aries is at in your natal chart, that will tell you a little bit more detail about what exactly it is, because Chiron is hanging out here. So yeah, the moon and Chiron and Aries together, a little sensitive. Maybe some people might want to fight, if you bring up something that they're sensitive about, they'll be like, fight me, or they won't even say nothing. They'll just want to knock you out, So, but the moon is in Aries, and then the sun, it switches into the sign of Leo on the 22nd. So it goes out of Cancer and into Leo. Hallelujah. Hallelujah. I know Cancers, you guys are upset about your quote unquote season ending, but this is only the sun. In real deal astrology that we do over here, you know how we do. Okay. We talk about all the planets, not just the sun. So if you guys know the real deal stuff, you know that Cancer season is not totally over because we still have Venus and we still have Mercury here in the sign of Cancer. So the sun leaving, it doesn't cancel out all the Cancerian energy. It's still in the air. Okay. So you guys still have time to shine. But I am very happy about the sun being in its home sign of Leo. starting on the 22nd. Like, oh my gosh, for real, for real. So yeah, it looks like it's in the evening, maybe late in the evening on the west coast or the east coast, and into the 23rd on the eastern part of the world. But yeah, the sun in Leo. Sun enters Leo. The sun shines in Leo. It's the ruling luminary or planet, as we'll say in astrological slang. It's a planet. It's the ruling planet of the sign of Leo. It's home in the sign of Leo. It's about just being an inspiration to others because you shine so much and so confidently. The sun in Leo is a time to be playful. Leo and the sun in astrology, they rule children and having fun like a child, just not even caring, just whatever lights up your heart, makes you giggle and like be silly and just fun. I love Leo energy so much. So the sun enters Leo and it'll bring us all that vibe a little bit more. Now, when the sun is in Leo, yeah, people will be on their stuff about bragging and name dropping and I do this and I've done this and do you know who I am and I am the king or the queen, you do not know. That attitude will come out, especially Leos. Oh, speaking of, happy birthday in advance to all my Leo sun people born between July 22nd and August 23rd. It is your season. Yes, you guys will be wearing your crowns the whole freaking months of July and August. I know how you guys roll. So happy birthday to you guys. I'm gonna be happy to see all your pictures and selfies, extra ones of you guys in your like fresh dope outfits and all these selfies. Like, just prepare everybody else who's not a Leo for the wave of Leo selfies. Okay, since their season is beginning with the sun being here. So but yeah, it's here through August 23rd, so some more fire. We have Mars already here in Leo, the sun's gonna join, and then in particular the 22nd and into the 23rd, we have the moon in fire, the sun in fire, Mars in fire, a little bit more go-getter, action-oriented, masculine energies are in the air for the first couple of days of the week. So that's pretty dope. Okay, what else? So yeah, the moon is in Aries until the 24th. So it's more like in the like on the 24th, the moon shifts into Taurus. So there's still the fire in the air, sun and Mars in Leo, and Mars is moving up to be into a trine aspect with Jupiter also. It's more like later on the 24th and then like early on the 25th that this aspect occurs. So Mars is action and Jupiter is belief and faith in things and having a sense of optimism. So this is like having a lot of faith in your actions, jumping and flying, and this is fun, playful energy. Good days to get out and do some active things, some fun activities that are childlike. The first things that come to my mind with this energy is going to like those indoor like fun zone places to where you can do like indoor rock climbing, you can do like go-kart racing, you can do like, I don't know, like indoor bungee jumping and jump into the ball pit or jump on trampolines, like stuff like that. That's what this makes me think of, because Mars and Leo in itself is about like doing active things that are very childlike and fun. And then Jupiter is also about like fun and playing pranks and, just like not even giving up. You know what I mean? Like you just do things because you want to do them. So this is very fun energy. But yeah, the moon is in Taurus. This is a lot more of a chill moon, a chill vibe, to where we just want to like be comfortable, be in our comfort zone with our good food, our good, comfortable jammies, sweats, whatever, chilling on the couch, watching TV, scrolling through the freaking internet, whatever makes us happy. But the moon will be with Uranus though, and that's anxiety. Moon and Uranus together is like an electric buzz, you know what I mean? I picture and I know this is gonna make me sound like super hella old, but whatever. I don't know if a lot of you guys remember the cartoon Beavis and Butthead. They try to revive it actually very recently in the last a few years. But back in the 90s, it was a very popular cartoon on MTV. If you've never seen it, you gotta look it up on YouTube or something because it is freaking hilarious. But anyway, there was a teacher or a principal or somebody on Beavis and Butthead that was always like shaking. They're always shaking and vibrating like, Beavis and Butthead, you're in my office again. Like it. When I see the moon and Uranus together, I think of that energy of like you're just so wired that you're like constantly shaking and like nervous and have to do things and oh my god, moon and Uranus can be like that. So we may have a vibe like that a good part of the day and into the next day, 24th to 25th, because the moon and Uranus together in the sign of Taurus likes things to stay the same. It likes consistency. Uranus is inconsistency. So it's like these two energies that are kind of like in like an opposing they oppose each other, not like literally like the angles here in astrology. I mean, like the energies themselves, how they perform and what they do for us, they're opposite each other. They're different, Taurus soothes and calms us and makes us chill. Uranus makes us wired and like, whoa, just like you got a lightning bolt up your butt. You know what I mean? So combine the two and it's just like, oh my gosh, you may have anxiety over your comfort and security. You may have that feeling of, Venus is still opposing Pluto. So, and Venus rules Taurus, rules the same things that Taurus rules. You know what I'm saying? So it's like, you can have like the anxiety over fear of losing things, losing money, losing material things, losing that person that you count as your property. You know what I'm saying? So it's kind of that vibe. But your inner weirdo will shine when the moon is with Uranus too, though. Okay, so that's what the 24th. Also, Mercury is retrograde in a conjunction with Venus here on the 24th. And this is a really good energy. This is so good for like creativity. Mercury is how we speak, how we communicate, and what we do with our hands. So this is very good creative artistry energy right here. Mercury and Venus. Also speaking to others. Like we may be more sweet in the way we speak to others. We may be wanting to give more positive affirmations to people, especially with we have this blend of Mars and Jupiter. Jupiter is about positivity, and Leo likes to influence people as well in positive ways. So this is a really good day, for doing that, inspiring others through creativity, for example, or speaking to others in ways that like really boost them and encourage them. This is drawing, painting, hands, Mercury and Venus, art, writing, singing, all that stuff will be like on point that day. And it's in the sign of Cancer, which makes you very in tune with your emotions, and art comes from emotions. So very beautiful. Or you'll just be lovey-dovey if you're not into arts or anything. You'll just be like super loving in the way that you speak to people and like, oh my god, I love you, I miss you, like it doesn't matter who it is. You'll want to make beautiful memories, look back on beautiful memories, stuff like that with this energy too. It's good for also like cooking and baking. Venus rules like sweets and stuff too. So it's good for that as well. Okay, so then on the 25th, this is when we do have the exact Mars and Jupiter trine aspect, but it's more so like real early, what I'm saying? Like early in the day, early in the morning. So this could be a good day or morning to like go for like a run, or I don't know, just do some fun stuff that's like you could jump around and be an idiot and have a good time. The only thing is with Mars and Jupiter trine, even though it's a trine aspect, which is very positive, this can make people have a little too much faith and belief in their actions to where they do some dumb stuff and they cause themselves to get hurt or injured. So please avoid that, people, okay? But Mars and Jupiter trine, it is like allowing you to just take opportunities, for example, not hesitate, just jump after things that you really truly want, things or people, whatever, that you really truly want, and just believe that you can get it. Whatever you want, I want it, I got it. That's a Mars and Jupiter trine. But yeah, it can cause some people just to be idiots and like, duh, what will happen if I do this? You know what? I'm not going to think about the consequences. Let me just do it. And then they end up getting injured, bonking their head against the wall or something, and then they're like, duh, that was fun, but I didn't die, so at least I can say I just did it. So yeah, so it can cause some stupidity, but it's very fun energy though. Okay, so Yeah, so that's Mars trine Jupiter. That carries on. The moon is in Taurus, the next couple days. Still very smooth energy that's, about chilling and stuff, even though it's like goes against the whole like Leo thing of being active and stuff like that. There's still an element, a very chill element to our days when the moon's in Taurus. So here we have the 27th, and this is when like in the wee hours of the morning, I would say probably more like the 26th, late at night, or into the 27th, we have the moon switching into the sign of Gemini. So the moon switches into Gemini until the 29th, and this is more chatty Cathy, chatty Patty, whatever you want to call her. She be chatting up a storm. She talks a lot, okay? The moon in Gemini makes our minds go a little crazy. It makes us more mentally active, have all these tabs open in our brains that we forget to close before we open a new one, pretty much. So we could be very forgetful, very like here, there, and everywhere, very scatterbrained. But the thing I love about days when the moon is in Gemini is everything is a freaking joke. You don't take anything too seriously. I love that. More memes are shared, and like people don't take them all up the butt talks. You know what I'm saying? Like I love moon and Gemini days for pranks and like, oh my God, look at this. This is so stupid, but it's funny. Like stuff like that is more in the air, People will be more willing just to talk to strangers. People will just call you up randomly just to talk. I bet you anything my Gemini rising BFF is going to probably hit me up when the moon is in Gemini. Be like, I just wanted to talk. Just want to catch up. I know she will. It never fails. But yeah, it's very talkative, conversational energy. But it's very here, there, and everywhere. Okay. But it's fun energy for that week, for the weekend though. Moon in Gemini, it's very social, very sociable energy. We also have Venus switching into the sign of Leo on the 27th. I am excited for that. I don't know about you guys, but I love Venus in Leo. She is all about rocking some gold, golden hair, gold jewelry, gold clothes, all gold, everything. That is Leo. Leo, one of the colors of Leo is gold because, the sun rules Leo and the sun is a golden hue, right? And then plus Leo energy is about being like royalty. Like, so a lot of Leos do actually like to rock gold. But it just think of J-Lo, of the almighty J-Lo. She's like the epitome of Leo energy. She totally embodies Leo. Gold. She always has her hair a golden shade. She rocks gold. She's always like rocking that like shiny look. I noticed that a lot of fire sign women, which is Aries, Leo, and Sag, they like to look shiny. They don't like to have the matte look with their makeup. They like to look shiny. Some signs, especially Aries, they like to look a little slightly burnt, you know what I'm saying? Sag too, because it shows I'm outdoors, I'm adventurous, to be a little burnt. Leo doesn't like to be burnt necessarily. They like to be tan and like have a golden hue to their skin. So Venus in Leo is about that, and it comes around in the summertime anyway, at least in the northern hemisphere, which is when people will do things like tan and all that stuff. So yeah, being golden, having a golden hue to your skin, your hair, your clothing, everything is Venus and Leo. We'll be rocking more animal print, or what else is Leo? Oh, the cat eye with the red lip. Oh my gosh. Or even like a nude shiny glossy lip and a cat eye. Yo, that is like the Venus and Leo look. Wearing heels, if you're somebody who can wear heels and handle them. Me personally, I'm clumsy as clumsy AF in heels, even though I buy them because they look so pretty. But then when it comes to walking in them, I'm not coordinated. I don't know how you ladies dance in them. Ladies and gentlemen who wear heels, how do you dance in them? It's like I have two left feet, yo. Like I can't do it. But they look cute though. But yes, rocking them high heels and stomping in them is Venus and Leo. Strutting, like I said in the beginning, we'll be strutting a little bit more when we have more Leo energy. Venus and Mars and Leo, that is like so playful. I picture you know, whipping your hair around and just crawling on the ground like you're a cat or something. Like that's what Venus and Mars, both in Leo, make me think of. So we'll have that attitude one way or another, whether we can physically do all that crawling around and stuff or not. Like our attitude and our movements will be similar to that. Very playful, very affectionate, very romantic energy. I love Venus and Leo. And Venus and Leo expects gifts, so you'll see more women, especially, or feminine beings, talk about what you can buy me and, all that good stuff. Like when Venus is in Leo, like, I'm the queen. I deserve for you to spend money on me. I deserve gifts. Okay. What you gonna buy for me? So it's what have you done for me lately? Like all that stuff. But yeah, Venus is in Leo from the 27th of July until August 21st. So like pretty much like a whole month, like 3 weeks. We'll have Venus in Leo for 3 weeks, joining the sun, joining Mars. So Leo season is definitely in full effect this last full week of July. And like I said, the moon is here in Gemini. I'm covering through the 28th. 28th is pretty much the same thing. The moon's in Gemini. It's finishing up its run through the sign of Gemini. I think early in the day on the 28th, the moon will be like in an opposition to Jupiter. It'll be in a T-square, which means an opposition to Jupiter and a square to Neptune. So this can be people like promising more than they can deliver, getting a little too carried away with things that they say or do, really believing in like big dreams and goals and like, yeah. Like in the moment, you really think that you can do something and accomplish it. And these planets tell you, yeah, you can. But Gemini moon, it like makes your mind move so fast that like you'll forget in 2 seconds what you promised that you were going to do or what you, like wrote down as a goal or dream or something. Like you can forget so easily. A lot of scammers come out. Scammery comes out when we have these challenging aspects of so many mutable planets in the sky. So just be aware that around like, the 27th, 28th, more so, yeah, like the 27th and the 28th, let's just say that. Which is what, a Saturday and a Sunday, that people may be a little more scammy, a little more slimy and grimy, like with what they say and what they promise and trying to sell you dreams or trying to like pull one over on you. You know what I'm saying? Like some people, and Mercury is still retrograde. So watch out for your cards being compromised, things being stolen, people robbing, thieving, stealing, scheming, all of that stuff. This is a moon to where it just brings them out, where they're rubbing their hands like, yeah, what can I steal today? Who can I scheme on today? Yeah. Like that happens with this type of configuration in the sky, unfortunately. So watch your stuff, okay? But yeah, that's what the energy is like for the week, guys, from the 21st to the 28th. I know I talked a lot. Hopefully you guys are able to still follow along, but I hope you guys have a really good week. Don't forget, you can follow me on Instagram. I post astrology stuff on there for the most part. In my Instagram stories, I may give some little insights and stuff, some horoscope stuff. Also, I'm on Twitter, kind of, sort of, sometimes, I post some things on there too. Facebook is linked to my Instagram, so sometimes there's things that pop up on there. I'm also on Instant Go, which is an app where you can, hit me up for like one question through astrology and tarot for like a very low price. Right now I have it at $11.11. And I can answer any question that you have, like a direct question through astrology. So the Instant Go app, I think it's now on Android and on iOS. So hit me up on there, find me under there. I'm under Cosmic Homegirl and everything. All my info is in the info box below the video, including how to book a reading with me as well. I am like super booked, still getting through eclipse readings for people because everybody wanted to know what insight I have as far as the eclipses for them. So I still have a pretty large queue of readings. I still have like a wait time, but if you still want to book a reading with me and you have patience, of course, hit my website, which is indigomoonastrology.com. But until the next video, you guys, have a good week, and I will see you guys in the next one. All right, peace.